Alright, the trade deadline has passed. Trades were made. Bombs were dropped. But let's just wrap this up. In terms of the Astros, this deadline was pretty mid, to be honest. The Astros acquired Trey Mancini, gave up Jose Siri and Chase McDermott. That's honestly, like, looking back, because what I've been seeing about McDermott is that a lot of people are actually really high on him. So we could have gotten more for Siri and McDermott, but it is what it is. We got Mancini, which we needed. But if you adjust for Dusty being Dusty, because he's trying to be the best manager to never win a ring, he's clearly tanking the team. This is a B at best, because we know Dusty's not going to use Mancini. He's too focused on Gurriel for some reason. He doesn't want to win a ring. So we just gave up these guys for a bench player because Dusty's going to make him a bench player. That's not a great trade if you adjust for Dusty. And then the second one, you also have to adjust for Dusty. Christian Vasquez for Emmanuel Valdez and Wilyer Abreu. Now, I want to reiterate that even though I said we lost this trade, that doesn't mean I'm not happy about it. I'm happy we got Vasquez. I'm sick and tired of Maldonado, but we did lose in terms of value. That doesn't mean I didn't like that we got Vasquez. It just means that we lost in terms of what we gave, and it happens. But when you adjust for Dusty, we lost even further. We gave up those two pretty good prospects for a guy who should be starting but won't because Dusty's too focused on Maldonado for no good reason whatsoever. So once you include that, I don't even know what I gave it initially, but if you adjust it for Dusty, that's a C minus, honestly. Maybe even a D plus, because if you're gonna give two solid prospects for a guy you're not even gonna use and it's gonna be a free agent at the end of the year, you just gave them for charity, basically. Dusty, I really need you to use Vasquez, because Maldonado is not, he's not the solution, Dusty. That's the nicest way I could put it. He's not the solution. Use Vasquez. You have yourself a good defending catcher, finally. You have yourself a good hitting catcher, finally. Use him. Use him. And even if it was about play calling, which, by the way, RCERA, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but this stat accounts for play calling. Maldi is negative in it, so he's not a good play caller. But even if we pretend that he was, because we have to do a lot of pretending when finding ways to defend Maldonado, if we pretend that he was, just have him call from the bench. You can give signs like that. And then in terms of the last trade, Odorizzi for Will Smith, I'm not high on this. You don't have to adjust for Dusty here, because Dusty loves his veterans. Will Smith is a veteran. He's going to overuse Will Smith. Actually, now that I think about it, if he overuses Will Smith, you have to bring this down even more. That's also probably in the D's then. Pause. So, really, it's a mid-deadline if you factor in Dusty. But other than that, it wasn't bad, but James Click is going to have to moneyball his way past Dusty. In terms of winners of the deadline, we got two. We got the Yankees first. They acquired Benintendi. They acquired Frankie Montas, Lou Trevino, and Scott Efros. Amazing trade right there. And they gave up people who are not named Jason Dominguez, Oswald Peraza, or Anthony Volpe. I don't know how Cashman did it, but he did it. And honestly, you got to give props to Cashman. Great deadline, great deadline. The Braves had a good deadline too. They're not a winner here, but they are an honorable mention. Acquired Rizal and Odorizzi and dumped Will Smith. Good deadline, good deadline, good deadline. The second winner, though, was the Reds. They absolutely fleeced Jerry Dipoto, and they got value for their guys. I forgot the Padres. We got three winners. The Padres are also winners. They acquired Josh Hader. They acquired Juan Soto. They acquired Josh Bell. Absolutely amazing. Three winners. I forgot the Padres existed for a second. Good trade, guys. Good job. Props to you guys. Your GMs are amazing. The Reds, I honestly love when teams sell, and they sold. They got their guys. They're investing. I'm excited to see it. Good job. Good job, Reds. Good job, Yankees. And good job, Padres. In terms of losers, it's going to be the Cubs. The Cubs came into the deadline with a lot of big pieces. David Robertson, Wilson Contreras, Ian Happ. Instead, they sold Robertson. They didn't sell Contreras. And they gave away Scott Efros. Like, he wasn't even in the mix. And then you look at his numbers, you're like, he shouldn't have been in the mix. And you're getting a guy with a 4.79 xFIP in AAA. The Cubs are big losers at this deadline. They're not going to get anything for Contreras except a comp pick, which don't usually fan out amazingly. Ian Happ still 1 more year, so you could go there, I guess. But honestly, bad deadline for the Cubs. Horrible deadline. Like, how do you hold on to Contreras? You haven't found any success in trying to get an extension, and now you bought yourself a few months to do what you couldn't do for, 6 years? You had a good amount of time to sign him to an extension. You couldn't, and now he's going to go. And you're not getting anything but a comp pick. It just doesn't make sense. And yeah, you could say, oh, you're salty because the Astros should have gotten Contreras. Honestly, yeah. You guys could have gotten Wilyer Abreu and Emmanuel Valdez, both of whom are killing it right now. Emmanuel Valdez had a 171, I think, weighted runs created plus in AA, and he has 118 in AAA, but he's finding his groove. And then you have Wilyer Abreu, who's at like 125 in AA right now. Both very solid prospects, and you probably would have gotten more as well. If you remember, I was overpaying for Wilson in the videos before. The Cubs could have gotten more than those two as well, but they set their price way too high for Contreras, and now they're just going to get a comp pick. Horrible management from the Cubs, horrible negotiation from the Cubs. They're the losers this deadline. There's probably other losers, but like the Cubs are probably the biggest ones here. The Angels are kind of losers too, but I don't understand the Rizzo trade, to be honest. I just finished making the video for that one. I'm still dumbfounded by the trade. But yeah, that's my picks. I don't know why I picked 3 winners for the deadline and 1 loser, but what do you think? Who do you think was a loser that I left out? How about that? I was gonna be positive and be like, who's a winner that I left out? But I put in 3 winners. So if there's another winner, like that team probably wasn't a winner because I already put 3 winners out there. Who's a loser that I didn't put in there? Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to stay tuned for more of whatever this video is, feel free to subscribe right here. If you guys just want to check out some more videos right now, this is my most recent upload. Again, thank you guys for watching, and as always, it is Astros season all season.